to show you what I get up to in my spare time. I'm going to, if you haven't guessed, it's going to be a joss stick holder, but I've just made it, so it's got to dry yet. Don't know what colour I'll be doing it yet, so I've got to wait for that to dry. So in the meantime, I need to say something. I've been watching, right, I've been watching the videos this week of the trolling and the bullying, and the evidence I've seen seems pretty compelling. Now, I'm not going to say any names in this, because I don't think I need to, but I am going to say this. From the evidence I've seen, there is somebody using, from what I can make out, a very vulnerable person who says they've had a car accident and doesn't get out very much. Now, as a disabled person, and at times I am vulnerable, but not to that extent. There was a time when I was, especially when I was going through a really bad divorce. I'd been married for 11 years. I had 3 young children. My oldest was 11, my youngest was 5. And I was left on my own to deal with 3 young boys. I had nobody. The only person I had in the world were my 3 young boys, who were far too grown up for their age. And I had my best friend. I didn't know I was going through a breakdown at the time, a serious breakdown. I was still functioning, I was still able to look after my children, but myself, I wasn't looking after. And it wasn't till my friend came and got me and took me to the doctors, and I got mental health help, which is why I'm here today, talking to you. Now, in that time, I spent a lot of time on the internet. At the time, it's about 15 years ago this was. At the time, MySpace was the social platform to go to. And I spent loads of times on that, and I nearly did fall for some of these people, these predators online. And I am going to use the word predators. Sorry, it's difficult to hold this. Right. I am going to use the word predators, because they were catfishes, I think they call them. Luckily, I got the mental health I needed, help that I needed at the time, and here I am today with Mark and my 3 boys all grown up. My boys are my world, but I was vulnerable, and people targeted me on the internet, and you tried to use me for things that weren't right. I'm not talking about criminal stuff, I'm just talking about vulnerabilities. They used my vulnerabilities. Now, from what I can make out, this person that's being used to troll other people has had a car accident and is unable to leave his home. So his go-to place, which I understand, is the internet. Now somebody, I'm not mentioning names, somebody has caught on with that, used his vulnerabilities, and they have used predatory actions to make this vulnerable person do stupid things, nasty things, cruel things. Now, the videos I've seen this week Most people are saying they're okay and they'll get through this, but when you look at them, and some of them are really, really suffering. If you look at those people, they are struggling, and it's because of what's been going on for the past year or more. Now, I'm fuming for somebody to use that kind of predatory action against a vulnerable person and get them to do all those things that has caused so much heartache and pain for other people is disgusting. They've used defamation of character, and they've targeted people's weaknesses. I'm disgusted. I really am. I'm really angry. No, I'm not involved in any of this. My name's not been mentioned, but I cannot sit back and watch people suffering because other people thought it was okay to use a vulnerable person. Yes, they're an adult and they're in charge of their actions, and they have come forward now and they have apologised and they've seen the error of their ways. What I'm saying to you is that kind of person who cannot get out of their house and uses the internet, they are vulnerable. Very vulnerable. Like children are. Like you have to watch children on the internet, because it only takes one person to say to them, oh, I'll meet you there, or I'll meet you there, or what your parents are doing is not right, I'll help you, and they'll believe them. Now that's what I believe to a certain degree. This person, who I don't believe lives in this country, I believe that's what's happened to him. He needed friendship and he thought he got it, and then he started listening to these people, this person, and it's caused so much pain and heartache for other YouTubers. Now I'm going to address what people are saying about other people for what they do in their life. Who cares? I don't care. I couldn't give a damn. We all have to make a living somehow. And actually, what this person does, I think is quite admirable. It's a craft, and I'm all for crafting, as you probably know by now. And working with leather is not easy. So, and as he said in his video, he's been used by movie companies, by entertainers, by circus people, all kinds of people. They've used his craft, what he makes in his craft. Now he's been described as something completely different, which is really derogatory, and it is defamation. It's so wrong. I'm not going to beat around the bush, and I don't care if I get lashback from this, which I will. I don't care. You can say what you like to me. I'm angry. I'm a disabled person, and through my life I've had bullying. And I've learnt to have broad shoulders and get past it. But when it goes on and on and on, and you are literally trying to destroy someone, it's not just one person, it's more than one YouTuber, it's other people as well, and it's affecting their health. It's wrong, it needs to stop, and it's disgusting. And actually, I think if somebody with legal know-how was to really, really look into all the evidence, I think potentially the people that are involved with this could be in serious trouble. That's not what I want, I just want these people to come forward and say, okay, what we did was wrong, hands up, we're sorry. And leave people alone. Leave people alone. We're here to look at our koi, to buy koi, to look after them, to show them. And most people buy fish because they want a quiet life. It's true. It is true. It's because they want a hobby that they can just get on with and enjoy and love their fish. I have a dog, Ollie, whom I absolutely love. The reason I have him, and I've had dogs for a long time now, many years, is because it helps me get through. It helps me get through the day. It helps me get through life. Mental health is not something that should be messed about with, and in all quarters, in these issues that have been going on YouTube this past forever, how long it's been going on now, it's too long. There's a vulnerable person who's been used, and to a certain extent he's a victim too, because this will affect him in the end as well. He will be left with the aftermath of this. And then there's the people that it's all been targeted at, their mental health. And believe me, from what I've seen of the videos this week, it is starting to affect people. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. I love doing these videos. I hate doing these particular ones. Hate it. And I don't want to have to do it again. But I felt I had to say something and stand up for the people that have been targeted. I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm not going to keep quiet. I hope I have been listened to. I'm not afraid, by the way. If people want to target me and say something, they can say something. If it goes too far, I will take it further myself. Legally. Now, I don't like doing these videos, as I've just said, because that's not my thing. Not my thing at all. I'd rather just get on with life. I'm a quiet person. I find it hard on video anyway. But this has made me so angry that I've had to say something. Now, I'm so happy that other people have come out and said their piece as well today, because it needs to be said and it needs to be done. That the innocent ones need to come out and say this needs to stop. The guilty ones need to come out and hold their hands up and say, I'm sorry. Not just to the victims, but to the people they've got involved along the way. Now, I'm not going to say too much more. I think you've all got the message. Please, 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 let's just all get on with our videos. Be happy. And stop the bullying. Stop the trolling. And stop bringing vulnerable people along the way. Because they're going to end up victims as well in the end. It's not right. Especially if it's a disabled person who can't get out the house and just needed friendship. And now he's being used for this. Not right. It's wrong. And especially if you've knowingly done that. That's all I'm going to say. I hope that anybody that's been affected by this can recover and recover well. And that we can all start to enjoy the videos again. Every one of you take care. I will get another video out sometime for the koi. I'm not going to mention this again. But I really hope that this stops now. That it's the end. The person involved, I'm blocking. from everything, because I just don't want it. I don't want it. So I wish you all really well, and I'll see you on the next video. Please take care, everybody. Stay strong, and don't let the buggers get you down. Please. Take care.